Hey, all right. Just check the clubs. Good to go. And I just got the right. Yep. All right, good. We can start with the first hole. 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, so we played Kingdom Hearts. That's a well-loved, fantastic, extremely popular series. And we played through some Metal Gear. And I already messed up off the tee, so we're off to a great blazing start to this run. So yeah, before we go back to Final Fantasy, another very popular, much beloved series. I'm gonna take a break here with some golf. Look at this mess. This is not your typical golf game, as you can see. And we're gonna have access to a couple of different tools that let us manipulate the trajectory of the ball once we hit it. The ones we're going to use the most often are the reverse gravity and this parachute. Get over there. Get over there. Get over there. There we go. We also have a couple of different clubs that we can work with. No, not parachute's good here. Where's the escape button? And I need to overdrive my shot here just so I can get enough height to get over this. Then we can parachute right over to where the green is. Now, the parachute's really good at changing direction. What it's not so great at is when I get close to the hole, I might just pull that one out. That was nice. It's not as good as reverse gravity for like getting the ball close to the hole and making sure it just goes in without needing a second shot. Reverse gravity is pretty broken in a lot of situations. There we go. Because reverse gravity can, if you hit the ball too soft, it can give you a little bit extra distance to get in the cup. If you hit the ball too hard, it can also give you a chance to kind of fix your shot after it goes past the pin. Oop. I put too much backspin on that early. That's good. But the first course Britannia is pretty straightforward. Most of the obstacles here we're gonna just go right over them. Kind of like it just went right over that cannon. The cannons do not count as extra shots. So you can get a little more momentum, change your direction there without getting another shot to your score here. And you do have to, you do have to at least get par or better in order to advance to the next hole. But when you're playing kind of a new game plus like this where you already have all of the clubs and tools available at the start, that's not too hard to stay under par. This soul's got a little bit of a trick to it. I got good momentum here, but if the ball was moving pretty slowly, there's a little slope on that cliff right there. I'm trying to use my mouse to show it off. And you can use reverse gravity here to keep the ball going at a good speed. And then the cannon puts the ball in the cup every single time if you just get the angle right and max out the power. And you don't have to do anything with that usually. Here I'm going to use the parachute. I'm going to hit the ball pretty much straight up. And I want to do everything I possibly can to avoid this magnet. It's now in the middle of the screen. That magnet is just the worst. I want to hit the green though. You can see that magnet stays on for a long time, and it's going to reposition my ball to where I won't be able to get it in the hole. And it's just going to be stuck there for the longest time. It's a real pain in the neck. Look at that mess. But that magnet, if you get caught by the magnet, that's easily 20, 25, 30 seconds time loss, depending on how bad it is. I wanted a driver there. A little bit of extra height here. And the parachute doesn't just let you change directions. It also keeps the ball from soaring too high. Because the one thing about the parachute that can sometimes make it slow is, you know, the pins are obviously on the ground, and the parachute makes things fall slower. But it also keeps things on the screen. Because if I don't use the parachute on that drive, it'll just go off the top of the screen, and then you just sit around waiting for it to land. Hey now. Get in there. Here's going to be another good example of the parachute keeping the ball in play on the screen. Because it's very easy to just sky off the top of the screen here. Ooh, I bonked the wall. The other catch with the parachute is if you bonk a wall, everything kind of just stops. And it's very hard to recover from that. Oh no! I thought I switched to reverse gravity. Thank you. I'm positive I clicked reverse gravity. That's okay. So what those little dialogue boxes that keep coming up are invitations to do fun and exciting, crazy challenges where I can put my skill of the game to the test and also just waste a ton of time. They're not at all required for either any percent or any percent classic. They're just optional, and it's a great way to lose a bunch of time by clicking accept accidentally. Look at this. Okay. Don't go in the hole. That's fine. Whatever. Oh man, 13. So this is the first hole that actually has wind effect. Wind is not RNG. It's the same every time, every hole. So you can plan around it. Here I'm going to let the wind do most of the work as far as getting the ball where I need to go. Actually, I just tweeted out I shot a 22 over on this hole in practice not 30 minutes ago. So hole in one, that's good. What actually happened there was I got the ball stuck inside a wall. It just clipped through the wall and just didn't want to come back out. And it took 22 shots to get out. You punk little... You really got to get your shot off immediately here. There we go. So if you got to change your clubs and stuff on that, it's sometimes it's better just to restart the hole after that, because you do not want to get caught in the rope line there. Like, it's helpful when you're just trying to get a good score. It's not great when you're trying to go fast. Ooh. Thought it hit the ball a little bit further than that. I gotta hit that one farther because there's a nice curve in the back there if I overshoot it. Yeah, not too much crazy to talk about in Britannia. Except, ooh. To note that cannons sometimes don't always fire. Look at how close that was. Don't always fire the direction you think they're gonna fire in. It always looks like to me, just by my eye, like it doesn't quite shoot straight. It always shoots at a slightly different angle. It takes a little bit of getting used to. I want to use reverse gravity. There we go. Forgot which hole I was on for a second. So I want to get right. Nice. Right into the castle. It's going to spit me out over here. And now I need to do everything I can to avoid this sheep. This sheep is bad news. There we go. Much like in your mainstream Worms games, if you hit the sheep enough times or hard enough, they'll just explode. sending your ball flying the wrong direction, changing terrain, and generally just mucking up your plans. Boom! So that's it for Britannia. Go right on to the second course, which is Pirate Cavern, and we're going to be using a ton of the parachute here just to kind of float around the level and skip as much of intended content as we can. Like right, I'm just going to get the ball as hard as I can, stop with the parachute as soon as I can. We're just going to float over the whole level. Whoosh, come right back. Float right back into the level. Nice. Stop. It's not going to stop. Ooh. Boom, 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 boom. Now, if you're interested in a more classic, refined golf game or golf speedrun, you know, playing golf the way golf is meant to be played without all these extra shenanigans and whatnot, there is Any% Classic, which would ban the use of all of these different tools. You can only use nice. You can only use the standard clubs, and you can't use any of the extra tools or anything like that. That's obviously quite a bit longer, and it's got a very different route, obviously. Which I know nothing about. I stuck with this one. I feel like all the extra options and stuff really set it aside as a different sort of golf game. Because even like the Mario Golf and things like that, it's pretty standard golf, all things considered. It's not like you get blue shells in Mario Golf or anything like that. Get in the cup. Ooh, so this is the first time I get to use Heavy Ball. Let's see how my timing is today. Heavy Ball makes the ball just drop straight down. Nah. I think I've managed to drop the Heavy Ball in the cup for a hole-in-one once. I'm just getting it right off the cliff. So it's possible, but it doesn't like to go in the cup. We're going to use the parachute again here. I'm going to use the driver. I'm going to hit the ball as hard as I possibly can and try and go right through this magnet. It's supposed to keep me from doing exactly what I just did. To the left. To the left. There we go. Come on, come on. Oh, I shouldn't have hit the parachute. I thought I was going to have more momentum off of the bat. Look how... Look. A little too much parachute. Okay, and we're going to use the Heavy Ball again here as well. There's only 2 holes I use it on. Wow, I did not want to use it there, though. The only 2 holes I use it on are the 2 we see now, and 1 in Carnival, which is the DLC course, which you won't be seeing today. Nice, right in the cannon. There's 4 miles per hour of wind here. Probably saw the ball flutter right outside the cup. Even with the Heavy Ball, it just floated right away. That was almost a really pretty shot. So close. So close. Here I'm going to let gravity and these magnets do most of the work for me. I want to hit this switch, and now I want to stop because I wanted to bounce off the switch over to this crate over here. But I'm still on the course, so no big deal, really. Just don't hit the switch again. The switch turned off all the magnets, including the one near here. Oh, that would keep me from getting in the cup. Actually, there's not a magnet up there. There's a magnet over by the crate on the bottom, so I could get to the cup. And there's also wind on this hole as well. You don't need a whole lot of wind to really change direction. As hopefully I'll be able to demonstrate. Yeah, all this momentum back to the right, that's all just being done by the wind. Yeah, and unfortunately, since the wind's going the wrong way now, just gonna have to sit and take my putt. But the important thing is at least getting on the green in one shot. Because putting's super easy in this game. It tells you exactly how long you have to hold down the space bar. Come on. Yo! Okay. That was that's a new route for that hole. We'll take it. Oh. All right, so let's see. Watch this. Let me see. Oh, good. It's not doing the thing. Sometimes Worms, well, just generally speaking, Worms Crazy Golf is not the best, most well-made game in existence. It's very prone to crashing. If you want to change video resolution, it'll probably crash. If you have to reset a run and start another run over and you do it without restarting the game, it'll probably crash. And then if you mash the spacebar to like skip through the loading screen and get to the game as fast as possible, sometimes it won't let go of the spacebar. So it'll just force you to max out a shot and just botch your shot off the tee. And you've got to kind of mash a spacebar with proper timing to fix it, because sometimes it'll just carry over between hole resets and everything. It just does not want to do what you want to do. Speaking of which, I did not want to hit this cannon at all. Come on. I gotta get around the sheep. Use reverse gravity right there. That's exactly what I wanted to do. Should go right in the cup. Oh, cool. We're gonna putt right off the tee here. Just gonna go right for the putter. Not the bounce I was hoping for. Stop, stop, stop. Nope, don't stop. See, reverse gravity is very good at covering up for mistakes. Like, I went right over the hole. There's a little bit of a hill behind the hole, though, and I can just use reverse gravity to turn around and fix my mistake. Parachute. I need parachute here. And no, this isn't the hole I'm going against the wind. But I want to get by this guy. That's okay. Nope, no, hold on. Hit the ball backward. Oh, no. I went for reverse gravity way too early there. Stop. What's 14? Oh no, it's 15. Hole after this is the one that gets a little bit tricky. Here I just want to hit the ball really, 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 really hard. Boom. Because we're going on a journey here right to the edge of the level. No! Alright, that actually worked out. That's actually going to work out. Because you don't want to overshoot it. If you overshoot it, you're in the water with no way to recover. If you undershoot it, you can kind of play around a little bit and get back on track. Alright, now here's where we're going to see if playing on a slightly different resolution is going to kind of mess me up here. Let's see. Because I want to hit a very specific shot here. Nice. I avoided all the terrain first try. And used to... Oh! It couldn't go in the house. That almost went in the cup. Just broke my heart. But yeah, having to go through all the everything on that hole just takes a very long time. So being able to skip it by hitting a driver off to the top left corner of the screen is a big time save. But you have a very narrow window to hit the shot in, because there's a lot of different cliffs and obstacles over there to stop you, or to try to stop you from making that shot. I didn't mean to flub that shot. Ooh! Don't hit the switch. And it's not letting me put spin on the ball. I am not sure what the rules are about when it stops letting you manipulate spin, but it's always a pain in the neck when it does. It might give you like 2 bonks or something like that, but I haven't been able to figure it out consistently. It's 18's the next shot I'm thinking of. Oh yeah. I know where I am. Oh, that last parachute was a little late. It's the ball a little bit harder this time too. There we go. Oh, don't hit retry. And we're going to do the same thing in 18 that we did on Pirate 15. I'm going to hit the ball to the top left corner and use the parachute to get back on the course. But I have a lot more room to play around with over here. Alright, let's try and jump it right in. Alright, so that's going to do it for Pirate's Cove. That's just going to leave the graveyard for the 3 base courses in the game. That's Britannia. And we've already got issues on the first hole of the graveyard here, because all these bats are just in the way. And this cathedral makes for a very tough first shot, so I'm not really even going to bother trying to get in the cup here. I'm just going to lay up right here and try to get in on my second shot. It's not like getting a hole-in-one in this hole is impossible, but it's definitely not very consistent. You need a couple of lucky bounces to go your way. Down here, see, I can use that cliff here to get the ball back to the cup. Stop. All right, don't stop. This might actually work out. There we go. Absolutely. I'm going to hit right at the coin here. Oh. It's alright, we'll use the cannon as a backup. It's going to very nicely funnel the ball right to the cup for me. Or right to the green, rather. Oh, yeah, okay. Here, I need to turn this magnet off before I have any chance of getting the ball in the cup. So I'm going to hit right to the porter. And if I get a good bounce off the switch, we might get a hole-in-one. But we hit the switch and just stop dead right there. So now I got to hope for a little bit of luck from programming there. Good. The ball didn't actually hit the switch and turn it back on, which is always just feels really bad. But clipping in this game is a dangerous concept. If you're right on the corner of anything, like right on the edge of a platform or a ledge or against a cliff face, it's not always easy to know how the game's gonna handle that. And right there, see, it is. I did not hit that space bar. There we go. Oh, that's fine. Whoop, 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 whoop. Just want to restart the hole. There we go. ball a little bit more this time. Alright, it's going to spin me out right over here. And if I can, I want to get... I'm not going to try. Because I didn't get a bounce I was looking for. I want to make sure I get this shot off before the mole comes back. Because the mole will just kidnap your ball and take it wherever he pleases. And that's not great. On this hole, that's actually just a complete reset. It brings it all the way back to start if he grabs you from there. Yeah, switch to reverse gravity. I'm going to head right for this porter right down here, just underneath of me. If it just... Look at that. It's probably a gold split on that hole. It usually just kind of wiggles around the bottom, waiting to be funneled into the cup. It went right in that time. So it's a little bit faster to go underneath, but then you need a nice bounce up here. Aw. Don't. Alright. There we go. Get in the cup. Grave 7. Oh, right. Yeah, we're gonna parachute around this hole too. So I think I've already picked up. Oh, that did land right in the cup. It just had too much momentum. But you can see right there is one of the crates I haven't picked up on this level yet. And what I'd like to do next in this game is route out an all crates run, because you can see the crates are all way out of the way. And you not only have to pick up the crates, you have to pick up the crates and then finish the hole at par or better. So it's going to take a lot of very clever routing to figure out how to hit the ball the wrong way very far, and then hit the ball the right way very far, all while staying under the score limit. And the problem is, once you pick up the crate, where am I going? Once you pick up a crate, it just disappears from the map. Even if I make a new profile, the crates are all gone. So I need to make like a weird New Game Plus save where I have all the clubs and such, but I haven't picked up any of the crates. Because unfortunately, I don't think starting from... You could not just get in the cannon for me. Doing an all crates one from scratch is probably not going to be the best experience, because you're going to have to repeat a lot of levels, I think, in order to stay under the score limit while you're busy unlocking stuff as you go. Nope, I'll just take my putt. This game is very finicky when it comes to how fast the ball is moving when it gets to the pin. Alright, now I have one, it's hole 10. So we're only on hole 9, so this one's not too bad. I'm just gonna float over the top of the level. Whoosh. And I just need to make sure, the only tough part here is making sure I avoid this bone pit here, because those are the sand traps in the graveyard theme. Boom. But a hole 10, I don't get along. Hole 10 and I do not get along. There's really no good consistent strategy for this one. All I know is after my first shot, I need to end up on the top side of the map. Hopefully without burning too much of my reverse gravity. And now I'll worry about getting to the hole. Because I can see the bats here are very, very good at just blocking any kind of shot that gets you to the top of the map towards the hole with any kind of chance of getting in the cup. See, I want to remember that last shot where it just like sunk in from distance. Just remember that shot the next time I'm like right on the green and the ball just sails right over the cup at about half of that speed. There we go. I don't actually remember this hole off the top of my head. There we go. Like, I knew I had to use a parachute, just couldn't remember where I was going with it at first. Come on. Come on. Get in the cup. There we go. So I'm going to try to go right off the tee here once or twice. If you get it on the first couple of tries, it's actually faster to go to the right. But there's a lot of stuff you have to navigate here. Not the least of which would have been getting a better bounce off that wall would have been really nice. But we're going to get right to the switch. Let's see if I get a good bounce off the switch. There we go. That's going to put me right at the cup. But it's not always easy to get the bounce you need off of this curve right here, especially. That might have been about the same as going the safer way, because I got a very slow bounce off of it. And this is one of a few times I'm going to use, instead of reverse gravity, I'm going to use the blast shot here, just because it works a lot faster. Ooh, I definitely want to hit the third bat. That means I definitely messed something up. Reverse gravity lets the ball fly upward, obviously, by reversing gravity, but you have to overcome momentum, so it's got a little bit of a lag time while you're fighting the original gravity. Blast shot makes the ball shoot straight upward, like, immediately. But the Cathedral makes this a very tough shot regardless. That looked clean. Yes. No. No, no, no. Remember that time where the ball just skied in at like 60 miles an hour right in the cup? Yeah. Couldn't fall in the cup there, though. I want the parachute here. Just want to make sure I get in the cannon. I'm going to aim both of these cannons shots straight up and at max power. Oh no, it didn't go in the second cannon. Why did it not go in the second cannon? It must not have been all the way up. There we go. No, I'm gonna bonk the wall. Which is okay, that means I'm gonna have to take a second shot. But I'm up here, which is where I want to be after my first shot. I can work off of this. That should have been in. Woulda, shoulda, coulda. Get in the hole. Get in the cup. There we go. 15. Oh, okay. I need reverse gravity here. Man, I get so nervous when the audio stops. I'm always worried about this game just deciding it's time to crash and make me reload the game. I'm taking a brand new route through this hole, and that's not good right now. I did not mean to bonk. Whatever I bonked off of. There we go. Get in the hole. There we go. It's just 3 holes left. Let's see. First gravity, first port. This one's not too fancy. Good. I'm just gonna use once again, try to use this curved wall here to